Hello everyone, welcome back to Fighters channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 20,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's so close, thanks for supporting me, guys. Hearn, the promoter of former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, admitted that he was pleased with the choice of Robert Helenius as a late replacement for the world after the breakdown of his rematch with Dillian White, due to the fact that the later failed a doping test. Hearn believes that Helenius will help AJ prepare for a potential fight with Deontay Wilder. You need a man in uniform with whom you will make a reliable deal, a man who will come and solve this problem. If you look at everything, it seems to me that Robert Helenius is a good choice. Helenius only boxed on Saturday. He held a training camp and won by knockout in the third round. His height is 210 centimeters. He can hit. If we talk about the fight with Deontay Wilder, then they have quite similar styles. Helenius is tall, strength, with long arms. He is still a danger because it's a fight, Hearn said. Hearn assured that Anthony Joshua is serious about the fight with Robert Helenius, who will replace Dillian White, who failed the doping test on very short notice. Hearn recalled that AJ already has a negative experience of such fights, since in 2019 he lost ahead of schedule to Andy Ruiz, who entered the ring at the last moment, instead of the doping Wilder Charles Miller. AJ is a big favorite. You know what happened the last time? There was a late substitution due to problems with doping test before the fight with Anthony Joshua. We definitely don't want that on Saturday. This is the best version of AJ. I want to see him perform on Saturday night. That's the real reason why he is fighting. He worked hard with Derek James for 12 weeks. Joshua wasn't ready to miss it, Hearn said. Hearn predicts that his words will win an early victory in the fight against Robert Helenius. I believe that in the beginning this duel can be cautious. Helenius is very tall, he has a good jab. He can swing with his right hand, so AJ needs to be a little careful. I believe Joshua will hit Helenius on the chin at some point. I believe that when AJ does it, he will knock him out. Despite the fact that Helenius is sometimes smart and uncomfortable, he becomes vulnerable when he misses a blow to the jaw. I believe Joshua will find his punch and knock him out within 6 rounds. I really hope so, Hearn said. Anthony Joshua doubts that he will fight Dillian White in the near future after he passes the doping test. We had 2 options, cancel the fight or flip a coin and choose another opponent. That's exactly what our team did. It's a pity that White passed the positive doping test. I can't tell you what the problem is there, but it didn't affect my card. I'm just glad I can still fight. This situation was a disappointment for the undercard fighters who wanted to earn. I don't know what can be done in the situation with Dillian White. I can't predict the future. I don't know what will happen. In the near future, now I don't see our fight, Joshua said. Former regular WBA world champion Manuel Charr said that the star Briton Anthony Joshua was afraid to enter the ring with him after the breakdown of the rematch with Dillian White. I told Hearn, listen, give me the same fee you offer Dillian White, and I will fight. Who is Dillian White? I was the last WBA champion. I didn't lose this title. I was ready to fight. I'm bigger than Dillian White. They were looking for an easier opponent. Trust me, it's not about the money. I think Joshua is not ready to fight me, and that's the problem. If he was a real man, he would have said, yes, I will fight his Charr. I know I can break his jaw with 1 punch. Joshua is not strong. He knows that he is psychologically weak, Charr said. Swedish heavyweight Otto Wallin believes that Finn Robert Helenius is quite capable of giving a decent fight to the former unification champion Briton Anthony Joshua. This fight is a good opportunity for Robert. He is able to come with a short notice and give Joshua a good fight. Helenius is definitely not a bad fighter. He has pretty good boxing skills. I would say that if he takes a good hit, he will hurt Joshua. Robert is definitely a puncher, so anything can happen. Of course, this is easier said than done. There is no doubt that AJ is a big favorite, but when 2 heavyweights fight, anything can happen, Wallin said. Former World Heavyweight Champion Anthony Joshua reacted to the change of opponent due to Dillian White's positive doping test on the eve of their rematch. I've always been told to expect the unexpected, and Saturday night will be just that. The fight with Robert Helenius is not the fight I was waiting for. I'm sure those who come to the O2 Arena or watch the fight on TV feel the same way. I fully expected that I would enter the ring where Dillian White would be waiting for me, but this will not happen. This is boxing, everything changes here. I'm not here to talk about the right and wrong aspects of his positive doping test. I can only say that I was looking forward to meeting him. Dillian and I have already fought, and he talked a lot about me after my last fight. I was ready to settle a couple of points, but this is boxing, and instead of White, a completely different opponent is waiting for me in the person of Robert Helenius, Joshua said. Former World Heavyweight Champion Anthony Joshua told why he took the fight against Robert Helenius after his fight against Dillian White failed because of the positive doping test of the latter. I looked at the undercard and realized how important it is for these fighters to get into the ring. I know how hard the guys from Matchroom work, not just Hearn but the whole team. I didn't want to disappoint anyone, my coach, Tyson. Therefore, for me, it is a kind of responsibility. Late replacements are not ideal, but this has happened for the third time. We had it with Kubrat Pulev and Carlos Takam, Charles Miller and Andy Ruiz. When you have a long career, you face such obstacles. I just need to get used to it. This is another people in my shoe, on the way to the top of the mountain, Joshua said. Eddie Hearn commented on the words of Derek Chisora, who allegedly knew that Dillian White would fail a doping test before a rematch with his fighter. I think Chisora said that he had a feeling that Dillian White would fail a doping test. Derek says strange things. Of course, this time his words turned out to be true. But when the test results came in, there were no calls, no advance information or warnings. The results came by email, followed by a call from WADA. That's when we found out about the situation. I was informed on Saturday morning. I was just about to go get a bit to eat, Hearn said. Hearn believed that a rematch between his word and Dillian White will never take place. According to the promoter, it will take too long before White can clear his name after failing doping test. Yes, I really think so. I don't know what Dillian is going to do or how he will act in this situation, but he has a very long way to go. We have been in the protest with Conor Pan for over a year now. Only now he will be reinstated in the WBC rankings. His disqualification has been lifted. It took us 12 or 13 months to do this. Now imagine that Dillian will have to go through a similar path, but here you need to take into account his age. It is also necessary to understand that everything can go a completely different way. All we can do in this situation is to wish White all the best, Hearn said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.